Family on three. 1, 2, 3. Family!
Welcome to Trailblazer Tipoff.
Blazers!
Welcome inside the Premier America Credit Union Arena here in Northridge, California. We are 11 and a half minutes away from tip-off. The Utah Tech Trailblazers and the Cal State Northridge Matadors. Hi there, everybody. Rod Zundel here. Glad to have you aboard tonight. The Trailblazers coming in with a record of 5-0, which includes 2-0 in the Western Athletic Conference. First time in the school history in the NCAA Division I era that they started league play at 2-0. Meanwhile, the Cal State Northridge Matadors coming in with a record of 6-3. They're coming off a win, a 38-point win against Bethesda University a couple of nights ago. Meanwhile, of course, the Trailblazers heartbreaker in Burns Arena in St. George on Saturday. They lost to the Idaho Vandals by 63-62. The Trailblazers had an 11-point lead in that second half, but they did not hit a shot the final 7.5 minutes, committed 6 turnovers during that time, and they turned ice cold, and they just couldn't come back. They had a chance to win it with the final shot, but it did not drop. So, Trailblazers trying to get back on track here with the Matadors, and one guy I want to keep an eye on tonight is freshman point guard out of Duncanville, Texas, Eric Demings. He had his best game in a Trailblazer uniform Saturday night against the Vandals. 16 points, 7 for 8 from the floor, including 4 assists. Had a chance to talk with the freshman point guard to get his thoughts on the disappointment on Saturday and how they expect to bounce back tonight here in Northridge.
Eric, after the highs of beating Utah Valley and Cal Baptist, how frustrating was it not getting it done at home against Idaho?
It's very frustrating, especially when you play a really good game and you feel like your team played a really good game. You just couldn't pull away at the end.
Idaho comes away with a win.
You know, this one hurts, Rod. So they're upset. They're upset how they played.
Coach said you guys were kind of angry in the locker room afterwards. Is this an angry team after that loss?
I wouldn't say angry. I would say more disappointed because we knew we definitely should have pulled that one out, and we didn't. So it was more disappointment than anything, but we're just going to figure out what we can do better to win the next one.
Bank kicks it over to Eric. He'll put up a 3. Demings drops another one.
That may have been your best shooting game, though, in a Trailblazer uniform. Just talk about how you were feeling it, especially at the beginning of the second half.
Well, my coaches, they put a lot of trust in me, especially being a freshman. You know, I'm new to college basketball, but they trust me, and I just felt that trust and kept shooting.
On the right block to Demings, puts up the left-hander, good over the 6'9" Rose. Boy, we haven't seen that shot from Eric this year.
Being a freshman, first year, you've kind of taken on the leadership role as the point guard, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I attribute that to my guys and my coaches as well because they allowed me to do that, you know, and they allowed me to be the leader that I naturally am.
Kicks it over in the right corner. Demings, 3-ball. Yes, sir! The block, fast break, 3-pointer for Eric Deming.
So being the leader, how do you expect this team to bounce back against Northridge?
Oh, we got a lot of fight in us. I think that this next game we got some pent-up energy. Obviously, we're disappointed we didn't get the win, so we're going to come with a lot of energy.
All right, now for the season, Eric Demings averaging 10 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists a game. And he had his hands full with the Vandal guard line on Saturday night. The Vandals love to get up and down the floor and shoot the 3-ball. Not so much here in Northridge against the Matadors. They do like to get up and down the floor. They like to run. They average 80 points per game, and they have scored 70 or more points in each of the 9 games so far in this early season. But they're also very physical inside. The Matadors of Northridge, they are second in the nation in rebounding margin, plus 15 over their opponents. So Tanner Christensen, the big man in the middle, who's been prone to foul trouble this year, he's going to have to stay on the floor and have a big game. And he did have a big game against the Vandals. He had 18 points and 10 rebounds against Idaho. He's going to have that kind of night as well, another double-double, if they want to have a chance to compete physically with the Matadors here tonight. All right, we're counting down the time till kickoff. 7.5 minutes till we get going here in Northridge, California. When we come back, the final word with head coach John Judkins here on Trailblazer Sports Vision, the Trailblazer Tip-Off.
He's on the 30-yard line, the 20, the 10.
You wouldn't want an incomplete football game. So why use a website with incomplete listings of Southern Utah properties? SouthernUtahRealestate.com is the most complete, most accurate, and most comprehensive property search in Washington County. Because we're not focused on everything, just on the part that we like the best. Find your Southern Utah home at SouthernUtahRealestate.com.
Finley Hyundai, committed to high-quality service and sales for local drivers. Stress-free car buying guaranteed.
Got a project at work or around the house? Well, think Bucks Ace Hardware. Think Bucks for all the top brands like DeWalt, Milwaukee, and Stihl. Plus, Bucks has the best sporting goods department. You've got to see their gun department. It's stocked with a great selection of guns and ammo and accessories. 2 locations at the Dino Crossing in St. George or State Street in Hurricane.
We love giving back to our community, and over the years, we have provided vehicles for families in need, supported local charities, and helped train our first responders. Dealer Collision, your place for collision repair.
Local media has the biggest impact on your daily life. It's what's around you, what matters. And at Canyon Media, our goal is to deliver the very best in local entertainment, news, and media. From our award-winning radio stations like 99.9 Coney Country to Southern Utah's #1 source for local news, St. George News, Canyon Media, here for you.
It's any card for the win right now at Mountain America Credit Union, which means it's time to score some cash. Simply tap, swipe, or click checkout with any Mountain America debit or credit card to be entered into a weekly giveaway for up to $500, now until September 30th. Visit macu.com/anycard to learn how to earn extra entries or to open a new account today.
If you're out driving and something happens to your car, truck, or even wheelchair, and you end up stuck at a rail crossing, it's going to be okay. Don't panic. Here's what you do. Get out if you can and look for this blue sign on the metal pole. Call the number on the blue sign, and when they answer, tell them the crossing number. The number is right here. This tells them the exact location of the crossing. This is the fastest way to get trains stopped before coming through the crossing. Look for the blue. It helps you.
Welcome back to Northridge, California. 4.5 minutes till tip-off. The Matadors of Northridge and the Trailblazers of Utah Tech. Good news for the Trailblazers. The guy you see right there behind the logo right there, that is David Elliott, the transfer junior. He's from Los Angeles. He's missed the last 6 games with an injury. He will dress tonight. However, he will not be used unless it's an emergency situation. So it's good to have David Elliott back. He's the leading scorer for the Trailblazers in the 3 games that he played at 15 points a game. All right, as we count down the moments till tip-off, it's time now to get the final word from head basketball coach of Utah Tech, John Judkins.
He's on
going back and watching film. We did some really good things. We shot the ball well. We had our lowest turnover game we've had, so we did some things that way. But we had a stretch there. We just didn't score. Just didn't get good shots. Kind of forced things, turn the ball over at crucial times, and that's when teams make their run. But as bad as we played that last 6 minutes of the game, we still had chances to win. The part that was frustrating for me was just the effort late in the game on the defensive side of getting rebounds. We gave up 4 or 5 offensive rebounds that they scored on, or we fouled, and then they go make their foul shots. So, they played a lot harder than we did. I thought they almost wanted it more than we did. Our guys were pretty upset afterwards, and so hopefully that will go over to this game today for us ready to play. And the good thing about playing this quick, Rod, is you kind of forget about that game really fast. And so we watched it with them. We showed them what we can do. We always do that with wins or losses. You can always learn and get better of things that we can do. And this team is completely different. We play tonight too. Is they're more of a driving team. Not a great three-point shooting team, where Idaho was a really good three-point shooting team. 44% of their field goals were threes. And so we knew that going in. This is going to be more of keeping them in front of you, keep them out of the middle of the floor, and keep them off the glass.
Yeah, Northridge has a lot of new guys just like you, and they're second in the nation in rebounding margin, so they like to hit the glass hard.
Yeah, really hard. And so we got to do a lot better job. We're going to challenge them just like we did against Utah Valley. That was their strength too, and we did a good job with that. We got to have that same kind of intensity, blocking off every time, and then going and fetching the ball. Even if you have 3 or 4 guys fighting for it, I'll take that. Then there's one guy.
You're feeling pretty good about yourself after Cal Baptist, then the roller coaster part of the season, disappointment. As a coach, are you excited to see how your team comes back after adversity now?
Exactly. I mean, that should have been a game we should have won. And maybe they overlooked them, who knows. But we can't do that. We got to come out ready to play, and we're not that good to turn on a switch when we want to play. We got to play right from the start. We had a 7-point lead, and we let it get away really fast. So, we got to do those things, but you're right. We're going to treat this one like it's a conference game. We got to have that same intensity, both on and off the court. We got to have it with our offense. Our defense has got to be solid. We got to want the ball. Tanner could have had a heyday, I thought, inside watching film. He could have had 30 points. He's got to want the ball more. He's got to seal more. He's got to call for the ball more. We got to get it to him because he was really had a big advantage there, and we didn't take advantage of that.
Key word tonight: want it.
Want it and rebound. Those are the 2 that we got to do.
Want and rebounds. Basically, those are 2 key words for this is going to be a physical game, and so you got to put your big boy pants on and you got to saddle up because it's going to be a wild ride tonight here in Northridge, California. One guy to keep an eye on for the Matadors is the transfer from the University of New Orleans, Deshaun Allen Eikens, a 6'6" graduate senior. He averages 21 points a game. He can get up and down the floor. Great athlete and a really good shooter, over 40% from three-point land. So he's a guy you want to keep an eye on for the Matadors. But we are counting down the moments until tip-off here. Reminder that you can hear this game over on the Fan Sports Radio Network. And then after the game, we will have our Johnson Pediatric postgame show on radio and also here on Trailblazer Sports Vision. So coming up next, it's tip-off, Utah Tech and Cal State University Northridge.